Hi, this is an explainer for Essential Question 3, version 8 in spring 2011. So let's start off with question number 1, which is the internal rate of return of asset A. What you're doing there is you are saying that you're going to calculate present worth, so it's minus 20 plus 32 on 1 plus I squared, and setting that equal to 0 and solving it for the interest rate that makes that present worth 0. So that calculation simplifies to this right here, and what you should find is the internal rate of return is 26.49%. Piece of cake. Moving on to question 3, skipping 2, we'll come back to it. This one says that a minimum acceptable rate of return of 10%, no service requirement. Which asset would you choose? Be sure to explain why you chose this particular asset. This is just the present worth criteria coming out again, so this is something you just read off. So you pick the asset with the highest present worth, and so the one you should be looking at right there is B, because it has a present worth of 13.95%. Pretty easy. Question number 2 is the only one that requires, extensive calculation, because you've got to calculate the annual worth of every single one of those items there. So in each case, you're taking the present worth that you have there, and you're multiplying it by looking for A, giving P, and the N is supposed to be the life of the asset. So A, you calculated with a life of 2, B, you calculated with a life of 4. The idea is that each of those lifespans is a factor of the planning horizon, 12 years. And so you use the annual worth to say, well, which of these is going to provide us with the greatest benefits over those 12-year horizons, thinking about us as purchasing one, replacing it when it burns out, purchasing another, and replacing it when it burns out. Well, the annual worth for asset A is 3.7. The annual worth for asset B is 4.08. The annual worth for asset C is 2.48, and the annual worth for asset D is a negative number. Well, its present worth was negative, so what you expect? Well, pretty sure B was the biggest one at 4.08, so just to double check. Yeah, biggest one there, so that's the one you should choose in that circumstance. Well, going down to the last one, this is where we changed the minimum acceptable rate of return on you. And what that did is it made it so that you can't use all those present worth and annual worth calculations. You're stuck using that exclusive choice criteria. So the decisions you're supposed to make are to first eliminate all assets that have internal rates of return less than minimum acceptable. Minimum acceptable is now 20, so you're supposed to get rid of D right away because that one has a internal rate of return of only 1.64%. So A, B, and C are all available to you. So start off with the one that has the cheapest initial investment, C, and see if you should upgrade from A to B. That's the one with the next most inexpensive initial investment. So you check that CB increment that's right there, and so you're looking at that one. And what you find is that its incremental internal rate of return is 22.16%, greater than 20, and so you jettison C, you upgrade to B. Now what you do is you go ahead and try to see if you should upgrade from B to A, the next more expensive asset that you can use. Well, the AB increment is right here, boom, boom, and it's negative infinity. Well, that's less than 20, so you know that you're not supposed to upgrade from B to A. You've got no assets left, so B is again the best asset when the internal rate of return, minimum acceptable rate of return is 20. So there's an explainer for Essential Question 3, version 8 in spring of 2011. Thank you.